I just had one of the absolute best massages of my life. This is my second time seeing this massage therapist. So I didn't realize that you could mix massage with energy work. I didn't know you could mix massage with energy work. So let me tell you what I mean. I'm sure you've heard of Reiki before, and I'm sure you've heard of energy work, and I'm sure you've heard of healers, and I'm sure you've heard of spirituality. And a lot of times when we think about massage, we're like, wow, this person is so gifted. They're able to use their hands in a way that helps move things out of the body, helps move stuck energy out of the body. But if you think about it, a real, like, gifted massage therapist is also an energy worker. And I feel like I met someone practicing at the absolute highest level of it all. So this massage therapist, his name is Kevin. And I think if you live in LA, even if you don't live in LA, girl, if you just come and visit, I think you need to book a massage with him. I don't know how to tell you, like, it's one of those things like, if you know, you know, but I'm telling you, so now you know, right? Like, I want you to be in the know. Okay, so how can I describe it? I just had a massage with him. How do I feel right now? I feel, oh my God, I feel in alignment, I think is the best way to describe how I feel right now. I feel in alignment. What does that mean? That means that my body feels relaxed and it feels centered and it feels lengthened. So there's two types of massages that I have experienced before now. One is, they call it the Swedish massage, right? Which is essentially a full body massage where there's a lot of moving the muscles around. It's not meant to be very intense pressure. It can be, obviously, you can control the pressure, but it's not necessarily meant to be that. It's more like light to medium. And then the other type of massage I have experienced is a deep tissue massage. And deep tissue massage typically is quite painful. Whenever you are experiencing it, there's a lot of pushing into the muscle, pressing into it, really kneading your body like dough, right? And I have never really enjoyed those, to the point where a few years ago I was like, I don't really know if I am going to get a deep tissue massage. And I made that decision because pain isn't really something that I feel connected to. And I do understand that there is some pain is necessary for healing of the body. So I was really at a crossroads with this because I thought to myself, well, you know, if you have a lot of pain in your body and you're not actually like working that out, like if you have a lot of energy in your body or stuck muscles, or you just can't really move and you're not actually moving that out, are you doing your body a service? I was willing to take the risk because I didn't like the feeling of just like being like, you know what I'm talking about? Like that feeling of being like, oh my God, oh, I was working. This is good for me. This is good for me. That's how I felt. Some people get addicted to deep tissue massage. Like they're so addicted that nothing really feels like anything unless people are like really pushing. They need people to really push in order for them to feel anything. And that's over time, your body, I've learned this from Kevin, over time your body actually asks for that deep tissue massage because it has essentially developed this idea that nothing else will work. And so it tenses up even more. So there's even more work to do. Okay, let me get back to why Kevin is so great. He is going to get into the fascia of your muscles, but he's going to do it with slow, intentional, there are some uncomfortable parts in terms of like the pressure, but it's not painful. And when you leave the massage, like, I don't know if you all can tell, like if you look back at some other videos that I just did, like I'm doing a video every day so you can see it. Can you see how differently I'm sitting? I'm sitting this way without as much effort. Normally for me to sit like this, it feels like effort. I'll tell you why I'm recommending Kevin. The first time I worked with him, I got relief in an area that I have never had relief in. Okay, I'm going to stand up for a second. You guys never see me stand up here in this location. But right here on my like kind of IT band psoas area, okay? Like right here, I have this I have this incredible pain. I was having this incredible tightness and pain. And it would always come up, especially when I was running. And it started about 15 years ago. About 13 years ago, it started when I decided that I wanted to train for a marathon. And I decided to train on a lake. And this lake had a little bit of a tilt to it. And I was running like this every day. Essentially, I was running like this at a tilt. And I didn't go this way, then go back that way. I always went the one way, okay? So eventually, this is what I think happened. That coupled with the fact that my dad has been a runner his whole life. And my dad used to run and my dad runs like really, really fast. Like when we were kids, he doesn't run anymore, but when we were kids, he used to run like 7 miles in like 45 minutes, like fast, So, but my dad never lifted weights. So in my mind, I was like, when I run, I don't need to lift weights. What's so funny is now, like years later, my dad lifts weights all the time and does stretching all the time. And he's like, if I had done that, I would have been able to extend how long I actually ran for. But he ran because he said that it helped his mind calm down. And that's kind of why I had started doing it, because I was like, I want to be, my dad is a really like regimented, like very focused human being. And I felt like I was getting into that stage of my life, and I was like, I want to do what my dad does. So I started training, absolutely zero muscle in my body, zero. Like I hadn't been like lifting any kind of weights at this point. You start running and you don't have any core strength. You don't have any, your calves, your hamstrings, the front of the thigh, the back of the thigh, that front of the, those glutes, the hamstrings, like every single thing about my legs were not strong enough to handle the type of work I was doing, because I would go every day. So I started to develop this really strong pain, and this pain was a reoccurring pain that used to happen all the time, like to a point where I was like, do I need to maybe like go get an x-ray about this? Like it was like that painful. At one point when I was running, I remember this is when I knew that I wasn't going to be able to run the marathon. I ran, and I remember I stopped and the pain was shooting up so bad. I had to walk. Like, let me show you how I had to walk. I had to walk like this. Like back to the car, that's how I had to walk, because it was so painful that I literally couldn't even like pick up my leg. And for about a decade after that time period, like I would try and run intermittently, but I essentially was like, running isn't for me. Like it's not for my body type. I just was not interested in it. And a few months ago, after a decade of I would say a decade of weight training. The past 5 years has been the most consistent of that, but I'd say a decade of like weight training. I was like, okay, I'm ready to run again. So I started running, and then I got scared because I started to get that pain again. So when I saw Kevin, I said to him, I was like, listen, I was like, I really am starting to love running. It feels like it's calling me back. It feels like something I need to do. It feels like it's something that is good for my body, is good for me. And Kevin was like, okay, yeah, we can definitely work on that. So when I saw him, we worked on that psoas. We really worked on the right side. We worked on the imbalances on the left, and we worked on the lower back area. You wouldn't believe. Okay, and I'm not even joking when I tell you this. My running has finally hit flow state. Finally. Like this morning, I ran 2 miles. And I'm running, and I'm not running from an ego spot anymore. I'm not saying I need to run like really, really fast anymore. I'm like, I need to run like at a nice, comfortable pace. I ran 2 miles this morning, and I felt great afterward, excellent afterward. The other thing that was happening before I saw Kevin is, I don't know if any of you all do this, but I feel like so many humans I know do this. Because we get lower back pain, right? And a lot of that is from the lower back pain. I'm standing up and sitting down so much today. The lower back pain a lot of times is because we're doing this. We're having this is what they call a pelvic tilt. Or you do this. So you have like a little, like either a concave or a convex, like, but most women and even men tend to do this, right? We lock out our legs. That's how we lock out our legs. So when we do that, we get this really strong lower back pain. And while I've been conscious of keeping my core engaged and not doing that, not locking out my legs, I mean, obviously, I still do it sometimes. And that causes a lot of times when you sleep, when you put your knees, if you ever sleep in like that fetal position, you know, when your knees are up like this and you're like this and you're sleeping, sometimes what happens is that lower back starts to get like just like a tightness in it, and it's almost so uncomfortable that you can't even stay in that position. So to relieve this, a lot of people put a pillow in between the legs. I was like, okay. So I'd been doing that for years. A month later, I realized I hadn't been doing that. Because I wouldn't start with it like that. I wasn't preemptively putting it there, but I had realized that I wasn't doing that. I texted Kevin. I was like, oh my God, you took away that issue that I was having with my lower back. It's no longer there. So even today, this is 2 months after our first session, which I'm not going to go that long the next time because his work is so incredible. I want to do more on the chest and on the shoulders. I carry a lot of stress here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little bit of like, just like these traps are just very tight. And I think honestly, that's another reason why cutting my hair in this way creates the illusion of a longer neck, right? Like when my hair was longer here, it made the traps almost look bigger, made them almost look like this. But with my, obviously this newfound space from like having this massage today, standing up straighter, I also look like I have a longer neck, which is very nice, you know, as well as empowering, right? And attractive too. I'm just going to say that. So I'm bringing him up for a lot of reasons, but I have been getting massages since I was 13 years old. My mom used to take us for these like 30-minute massages. She would be like right outside the door. She was like, yeah, I needed to make sure you guys were safe. But she would be like, okay, you know, you did really well at school. I want to reward you. Like, this is like part of like your self-care. So my mom introduced me to self-care very young. I've gotten massages from so many different places, so many places around the world. I am hands down telling you that Kevin is the best massage therapist. I really feel like he should have a different category, like massage healer. And I believe he like talks about, I think he might even use a different name. I mean, therapist is such a great word. But I'm sharing this with you because I want you to have access to what I have access to. And I've been thinking that I need to create a series called Healers. And I'm going to think on that a little bit more. I'm thinking, what are we going to do in this February timeframe? I've been thinking about like, do I invite you into a space of like us talking to ourselves kindly? I don't know what it is, but it's going to be something about self-love for sure in February, because February is the month of love, right? That's the Valentine's Day, right? And yeah. And like, I want to remind you that I love you, but more importantly, you love you, right? Like, that's the beautiful thing. So I just want to share, being with somebody who is a healer today brightened my day, put me in the best mood. And if you are in the LA area, I highly recommend Kevin. If you happen to visit LA, I would book him in advance so that way you can have access to him, because he's very highly sought after. Like, and I just have a really, really good feeling. Like, some people heal through words, speaking. Some people heal through hands, massage. Some people heal through hands, makeup and beauty. Some people heal through hands, sculpting, hair, right? There's so many healers that work in the industry of self-love and self-care. And I think that that is something that I want to share more of with you, especially as I meet them, and especially as I experience them. So I love y'all. I hope you're having a beautiful day. and I hope you get a chance to experience a healing massage like I did. Okay, see you tomorrow.